Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for the monthly card readings for each sign. If you enjoy these free readings, you can show your support by donating or purchasing some of my many wares. If you can't afford to purchase anything, you can still show your support by subscribing, thumbs-upping, sharing, or take a second to click on one of the ads. Thank you in advance for your continued support, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Now on to the reading. Capricorn. Hi Capricorn, thanks for joining me for the November of 2015 Taroscopes, which by the way, this is the Hanson Roberts Tarot deck. And then we're going to pull a animal totem card from my deck that I created, Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards. Okay, so let's get rolling with Capricorn for November 2015. Capricorn. Okay, what's going on for Capricorn in November of 2015? Okay, well, you know, there's some cards in reverse and some stuff going on, but there's also some real bright spots. You know, first thing that strikes me in this reading is that everybody's in reverse. The people, the court cards are all in reverse. And really none of them seem to be you. You know, you have the Queen of Swords, Knight of Cups, Queen of Rods, all in the reverse position. So there's could be issues with people. I feel real strong that, I mean, that's there, but this is the one. This is like the central thing here. There's this Queen of Rods and this heartbreak around her. I mean, and it could be a falling out with somebody like that. I mean, also, if you've never seen these videos before, on these court cards, although normally this would be a woman, man, I don't assign gender to any of the cards because it could just be anybody. There's too many people that we're reading for to make it real specific like that. So it's just a person. But it shows as a fire sign person, Leo, Aries, Sag, but it also shows fire could be, as we in November on the 22nd, I believe, yeah, we will move into fire. We will move into Sag. So it could be in Sag time. More what I get here, though, I feel real strong that for a lot of you this is already passed over, and for a lot of you it might even be someone who has passed, and you're just missing them. That's kind of the vibe that I got out of this when I saw it. It was like, yeah, I'm hurt and I'm upset because I miss them. And maybe they're passed on, or maybe they're, you know, you had a falling out, or they're not in your life anymore. Could be an ex, you know, an ex relationship person. But I feel like you missed them, and something about is going to remind you of them too. This is another thing I'm getting for a lot of you. Like, well, okay, maybe they were Sag, maybe their birthday's coming up and you're going to miss them because they're not here for their birthday, or you think about them, or, you know, in the United States it's Thanksgiving. Well, maybe, you know, you guys always had Thanksgiving together, or a good time. It's like, it feels like something's triggering it, you know, or, you know, that in this time frame that makes you go back and think about this. You know, you've got this devil, though. It's like freedom from bondage. I also feel like there could be guilt here, too. Like, whatever this is, if they've passed away or they're just not longer in your life, like you have guilt about how maybe you feel like you could have done better, or you could have, you know, somehow, like, beating yourself up a little bit here. And everything here is release, release. 10 of Rods in reverse. This is release. You know, the devil in reverse. This is release. This is stress too. Somebody else had this same 3 cards. Isn't that interesting? This is like stressing yourself out, but it's stressing yourself out in your own mind. It's your own thoughts and your own stuff that's getting you stressed out. my mom was a fire sign, and so maybe I'm just putting this that it's your mother on there because this was always the card of my mother. She was a Leo. And then in these holiday times, I too get, I start remembering, because she's passed a long time already, 10 years or more. 10 years. But these holiday times sometimes are where we're at in America, where I'm at, I should say. It's holidays start rolling around, and it can be really difficult for people who have lost somebody. So this stuff might come welling up. In some cases, though, it feels like these two are together. That's what I was bringing up, the mom thing. Like, it could be like these are your other siblings, or this is your brother and his wife, or your sister and her husband, or something like that. And it feels, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be your siblings and your mother, but it feels like these two over here, they're kind of, they kind of fuel this fire. Like, they want you to feel guilty, or feel ashamed, or feel bad, or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe they're like, it could be like they're like, well, why don't you feel bad? Like scolding you because you don't feel bad enough, or guilty enough, or regretful. So it's there's these outside forces coming, but to me it seems more like it's these two are the people that are like, and this is something that you have a lot of regret over. It could be your ex-partner too. Maybe you guys broke up and you have a lot of regret about it, like how you handled things. Whatever it is, you got to let it go and stop beating yourself up here. That's the big thing that is saying here. Because the sun is in reverse, that's saying it's draining your energy. The bottom cards are real nice though, but it's like you got to make the decision. You got to decide that I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna plant some new seeds. I'm gonna plant these new seeds that are gonna bloom and grow into something that's going to be positive in my life. Maybe so say this was a relationship, not your mother, like your relationship, and you have regrets over the way things went down, and it might not even be your romantic relationship. Maybe it was a job or something, but this stuff here, this is usually matters of the heart, when this card shows up. So so you do have regrets. So what are you going to do in the next phase to change this? You can't change the past, to my knowledge anyway. We can't do that yet. I'm into the future self and stuff as much as the time travel is one of my things that I love, but as far as I know, we're just not there yet to go back and change the past. I mean, maybe you could do some inner child work to heal your past wounds or something, but more so what this reading is talking about, he's looking forward into the future, and this is one of the great cards that you have down here, one of the best cards. But I'm starting with this, and so what am I new? So here I am now. Here I am. Rock me like a hurricane. I just heard that. Scorpions, but no. So I'm here, be in the now. You're here now. Where can you go from here to create a new path for yourself? Or in your next, let's say this is your romantic relationship. Well, in your next relationship, how can you do things differently to have a different kind of outcome? Or your new job, how can you have your new boss, your new co-workers, how can you interact with them in a different way, a new beginning that's going to bring you a new result, a different result. So it's all about new beginnings for you guys, and planting these seeds. Now, the Ace of Rods isn't always a card of it's right there all of a sudden. The Ace of Rods is about planting the seeds. So it's time to plant the seeds. It will bloom and grow into whatever you're planting the seeds for. And I'm hearing that song, Sowing the Seeds of Love. I'm not even sure who does that. It's a good song, though. I like that, Sowing the Seeds of Love. Are you going to sow the seeds of love, or are you going to sow the seeds, I keep wanting to say, sow the seeds of embitterment and pain and resentment? The other thing is, if this is like somebody who's passed on, like in my case, so it represents my mother to me sometimes, how are you going to live your life going forward? This is all about like a new chapter, turning a corner, being freed from these past things over here. So how would you live your life from here on out? In this new chapter that maybe you have to walk alone, even with the Ace, and you stand alone. So it's in your court. You're going to make the decisions. And then the Two of Rods is a beautiful card. This is one of the best cards in the deck. It's definitely one of the best minor arcana cards, because it is like you really have a handle on it. Like he sees into the future. He holds the world in his hand. It's like you can just have it all. And the sun is rising, and it's burning away all the clouds in the sky. And he sees his future. He sees where he's going, and it's clear, nothing but clear skies. But again, it's a low number. It's a 2. It's only the beginning phases. It's the Ace of Rods and the 2 of Rods. This is the lower numbered cards. These are the new beginnings, new phases that you're going to go. You know, you along. Let me get a quick sip of water. You Capricorns. You also are Saturn. It's this big thing with Saturn has changed signs. I think I might have mentioned it briefly in the last reading. So you know, Saturn has been in Sirius Scorpio for a long time here, and now it's going into Sagittarius. So because Saturn is your ruling planet, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. You're affected when Saturn makes a transition. You know, it's not even if it's not going into your sign or anything. Which it will be in a couple of years. It'll be coming home to roost in Capricorn, but it just entered Sag, the sign right before Capricorn. So you are starting on the new path. The other thing I want to say is that rods are cards of action. Rods are not sitting on your duff crying in spilled milk and, oh, woe is me, okay? Or letting other people just, you know, it just feels like these two are nasty. And they work together for a lot of you, you know. Like I said, I feel like they're maybe a married couple or your sibling, your other siblings or something like that. It does feel like they're on the same tier as you, you know, like they're not elders necessarily. I mean, they may be, but they certainly don't behave that way. So, you know, taking action, planting the seeds to build a different tomorrow. And look at it too, where this position of this 2 of Rods is. Looking off, totally looking away from this. So a lot of you, it's going to be a matter of ditching a lot of old stuff, these old patterns that have set up, and start a new pattern. But it initiates with you. You make the decision. You move on. You move forward. And the sky is clear and the world is in your hands. So, I mean, that's pretty sweet. Okay, let's get out these animal totems and start shuffling up for you guys. Of course, I want to mention just briefly about the video tarot, video soul reading, soul's journey reading. It's actually the soul reading from the mandalas, which I called the soul reading for years. It's not really about mundane, everyday things, okay? I've had a few people emailing me with questions. It's not that kind of reading. It's your soul's journey. It's a soul reading. It doesn't have to do with just this incarnation. And it may not be about this incarnation at all. The thing that's cool about it is it's good forever, because it's not predictive or timely. It's good forever. It'll be a private video you can watch over and over again forever. And you can come back to it later and get other insights from it that you maybe, you know, it could apply to your life down the road, you know, and there could be things that you would gain and get out of it later on, you know, so you could watch it over and over again. And of course, check out my wares on the thing. I've temporarily taken down the private consultation card readings for a little while because I need to get caught up on those past life readings. People are loving them. And I've done over 100 of them. They really are. It's a really cool thing, and it's very different. And secondly, I'm going to be doing these other year aheads and other stuff. So I just, rather than booking out months in advance, I'm finishing up these October readings, and I'm going to take a break for probably till the first of the year, but I'll announce. But meantime, other stuff is still happening on my, go to my page, scroll down. You can get the Soul's Path Journey reading, whatever. You can get computer readings, and all that stuff is still there. So, and I'll be doing these, of course. I'll always do the free monthly readings for you guys. So let's take a look for Capricorn. What is going on? Capricorn for November 2015. The Ant. Well, I know the Ant's about hard work. I'll probably put it on the screen. It's a couple times I know I forgot to edit it in later, but as with all these cards, I want you guys to take a look at it too, because I totally wanted it to be that there'll be messages in the image on the card. That was my intention while I was creating the deck. So look at it, you know, see what stands out to you. Let your mind kind of wander, okay? I'm going to read what I wrote here, though. Working tirelessly for the good of all, connecting with community and knowing your place in it, you can move mountains and make miracles happen. Yeah, but the answer about what I think of ants is the hard work, you know. And, you know, the other thing is how they lift these, you see ants. We've all seen ants walking around with a giant breadcrumb or something, right? way bigger than their own body. So these beginnings that you're making now, it's going to require action. It's going to require work on your part. Two of Rods too, because ants are very much communal creatures, and it seems like some of you may be leaving some people behind, but Two of Rods is also a card of partnerships, and it is a card of working together and cooperating. It seems like these people here, though, are not really interested in cooperating over here. They're interested in, you know, they seem so connected to that Three of Swords there, okay? So the ant, you know, it's working hard towards your goals, working tirelessly, moving mountains, doing the thing that I feel about that. It's not like it's not like this card, because this card's in reverse. It's not like you will have to carry around these giant weights on your shoulder. You have been doing that. That's what I feel. It's like you could accomplish things that you never dreamed of. That's what I'm getting about it. Because who would think that little old ant? What's that song? Thinks he can move that rubber tree plant. Anyone knows an ant can't move a rubber tree plant, but he's got high hopes. That's totally what this card is. I just got chills when I said high hopes. Woo! All down my legs and everywhere. So that's confirmation big time. Okay. Don't forget to check out my book, Tarot in the Modern World, if you're learning to read tarot. And thank you all for liking, donating, watching, or order my deck, the Animal Totem cards. Thumbs upping, donating. It keeps these videos free. Any little bit counts. It all goes to making the videos free, and I appreciate it so much. And you can do ongoing monthly donations. All right, remember that you are love and beauty incarnate, and I'll speak to you soon. Have a great November and Thanksgiving for us in the Northern Hemisphere in America. Okay. Bye.